Hello guys, welcome to Sheet Matrix. Hope all of you are doing well. So today we will learn about two functions which is related to language. The functions are uh, detect language function and Translate function. So this is very useful for the cases where you are dealing with cross-border teams or collaborating with the teams who work in a different language, and then they share you some reports in their own language, while language at your circle is different. Also, there might be a cases when you are dealing with documentations of many countries. For example, let's say you are working in export and import, then you would be getting the consignment from many of the countries, and then there is a possibility that some of the documents like invoices, shipping bill, etc., are in their local languages, and you will receive soft copy prior hand. So you need to convert it into your comprehensible language for the greater good, and or you can change it to any standardized language accepted at your organization. So I will prepare a new sheet, and then I will demonstrate these two functions to you. Okay, so let's say hello. So so uh, so this is a English word, and I want to convert it into let's say French. So the function that will be used will be the Google Translate. So here, like you can see in Google Translate, either you can pass the standard text or you can reference it with the cell. And source language and target language are mentioned in a square bracket. It means these are optional. But I will suggest you that when you know the language, then you put the actual code, because whenever this Google Translate function is in auto mode, sometimes it returns wrong translations. So here, firstly, I will do it like this. Then I will reference it with the cell. So the source language is English. So every language has a code. So for English, it is EN. So I want to translate it into, let's say, Hindi. Okay. So this is the target language code. So yeah, let's say I want to translate it into French. Okay, so here I am referencing it with hello, and then the source language is English, and then the target language is French, and the code for French is here. Okay, so now let's say I am converting it uh, to any local Indian language, let's say Bengali. Okay, so the source language is English, and then code for Bengali is PN. Okay, so some of you might ask how you are getting this code. So you can just run a Google search on it, or I will put it here in the description of this video. So this might not be exact language code, but mostly these are correct. Okay, so you can refer from here. So these are the codes. So now the use case would be, let's say you have floated a form, a demographic form, where you are capturing demographic details like name, age, father's name, mother's name, address, etc., from people overall across the globe, and also in India across multiple states. So there is a possibility that people who are inputting the forms or your respondents will put it in their native language. So the response sheet that you will receive will have multiple languages, and the person who is analyzing the responses, there is a fair possibility that he will not be able to understand all the languages over there. So in that case, firstly you need to detect the language. So here detect language function comes into play. So detect language, and then here you have to pass the text. So either you can hard code it, or you can reference it, like for example. So yeah, this is returning me the code Hindi. So let's take the example of the Google form, demographic Google form, where you are receiving name in the multiple language. So this is Syam. Okay. So Syam is a name written in English. So firstly, I am converting it into uh, into into Hindi. Yeah. Then I would be uh, let's convert it into French. So source language is this, and this is okay. So it's written as similar in the same script. Let's convert it into a local Indian language, Bangla. Okay. So now let's say you are processing all the responses of a Google form, where somebody has inputted name like this, somebody like this, somebody like this, and then there would be multiple variability here. So you will not be able to know all the language, and for processing this you need to convert it into a, common standardized language. Okay. So for that, firstly you need to know in which language the respondent has put in his detail. Okay. So for that, you will use your detect language function. Okay. So this will return you the code of the language in which the respondent had fit in the detail. Let's say the common language which is comprehensible at your organization is English. So the target language, so you need to convert all these respondents entries into a common language with a target language as English. Okay. So you will do it Google Translate, sorry, Google Translate. Then this would be the text, this would be the source language, and this would be the target language. Okay. Here I have broken it like this. You can just write a single formula as well, like this, where you will nest the detect language function. So here, and the source language is this detect language of this. Okay. And then your target common language is English. Okay. So you can do it like this as well. So I hope this would be useful to you if you are dealing with cross-border transactions, or your team is collaborating from a different geography in a different language. Also, in India, this would be very useful in healthcare, education, and state governments documentations, because every state has their own prescribed language, and there mostly local languages are used, and their reports, etc., is maintained in that language. Also, healthcare is one sector where you must have seen the posters or the pamphlets at hospitals or clinics are mentioned in local language, because most of the patients or consumer understand local language better. So this might be useful in those cases. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for staying tuned with Sheet Metrics. If you have liked the content, uh, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and also comment what topic you want me to cover, so that will act as an input to me. So thank you, guys. Thank you.